And for now, the role that you're holding right now at AFRICOM.
Yes.
I watched your presentation at the Senate in the US, and I picked something interesting where you say that it was, in my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, you are defending the need for AFRICOM to support African forces against emerging threats and active threats.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then you mentioned something along the lines of, if you do not do the things that you do, like the support for partner countries, your competitors would swoop in and do the same things, right?
Yes.
So is the motivation the impact of what your work will create, or the fact that if you pull out, your competitors will move in?
Yeah, and very insightful when you look at that. I like that, Dr. King. Yeah, that's my baseline point was there are other competitors that have different values. They have a different perception of international rules-based order, whether it be democratic values or whether it be more autocratic, maybe less in belief in the rule of law or law of armed conflict. And then when you match, when you go through and you from country to country, you look at what is the best way for the future of African countries to be able to achieve their aspirations for peace, stability, security, moreover prosperity, and a high freedom index across civil society. I believe our offer of security and our approach exceeds those other competitors.
Okay.
Now, that's what we think, but the decision is made by the African countries. Their own sovereignty. We want to partner with you because we see those values, we see the freedom, we see what you respect. I don't want what they want because our civil society, and as we're going to move towards a higher position in the world, in the global world, opportunities for our children and future generations, as our population grows, we're going to be the workforce of the world. Our economy is going to grow. What environment and what rule set or opportunities best fits us as a growing nation? We can only talk about improve of our offering, our value proposition. What other competitors do. But that sovereign nation makes their choices. So that's my perspective.
Before I do my critical analysis about this video, I just want us, a PLO Lumumba professor from Kenya, to remind us what is the meaning of Africa to Kenya. Because this guy, General Langley, is saying that, that they are more democratic than China, Russia, and the other countries which are coming as a competitor to them in Africa. So let's listen to PLO Lumumba, what he has to say about democracy.
That democracy was equals to 1, multi-party politics, 2, periodic elections, 3, limitation of terms of the presidency. That is how the conceptual West defined it for us. And we who have had the advantage, if it is an advantage at all, of being educated in the West, there is a sense in which our thought processes are also confined by those definitions. However much we want to free ourselves, we find our default mode being how we were trained. So when we define democracy, we are also caught up in this box. Sometimes we tell ourselves to think outside of the box But the true north of our thought processes still remained the box. We never think without the box.
You're doing good. You know, it's very funny because our former colonizers, they think like they think like we are still in 1960s, because what they are thinking about Africa is something very never think anything positive concerning Africa. So because if just like this general has said, that Africa is a competition site for them. He said that that China and Russia are taking advantage of Africa. They have their mission. They want to take over Africa, and they are not going to allow this. So if truly, as he said, that America is more democratic, China and Russia, why are not they following democracy? Why are not they following democracy? Because what I know that whatever democracy expresses or democracy explains, then if you believe that you are democratic, then you have to follow what democracy says. So I'll give example. If America is more democratic than the other countries that he has mentioned, then why they are forcing to come to Africa? Then if Africans are not ready to receive them, if Africa are not ready to host them, if Africa are not ready to associate with them, then why they are forcing to come to Africa? Because what I know is that whatever democracy limits you not to do, then you have to follow. But they think that we are still in 60s, whereby our colonizers were just coming to African countries whenever they want, whenever they have seen something maybe they want, they just go there, they chase everyone that is there, they conquer the territories where they have maybe monitored, and they take everything they want. They even kill some people just to get what they want. And that is what is still happening today in Africa. Because as you have seen the other day in Burkina Faso, General Langley is associating with has been associating with the Ivory Coast president Qatar just to destroy Ibrahim Traore. Why are they doing this? They were doing this just because they want the best. They want the gold of Burkina Faso. So this I just remember when this guy was in Kenya in Citizen TV. That's when he had a very best interview. Everyone appreciated. But I don't know who a journalist is this, because he has never represented Africans as it is required. He never asked the basic questions. He never asked this guy best questions that Africans are asking. You know, when you are a journalist and you have that chance to interview such a guy, then you have to represent all the people that are watching you. You have to represent everyone that is surrounding you. So we as Africans, when we speak, when the journalists speak, then he must speak on the interest or on the behalf of the Africans. So he is asking questions besides or against the will of Africans, against the thoughts of Africans. He is asking things that are not even worthy of to be discussed. We have major facts that we have to ask and discuss. That's why everyone appreciated the bold speech and even the interview that was made by Yvonne Okwara of Citizen TV during when he was interviewing General Langley. So General Langley, you know, at this time he has nothing. He has nothing to worry. He was just very comfortable because even the question that he's being asked is. So this journalist has failed us. He has failed us. So General Michael Langley, he has been in Africa, the commander of AFRICOM. Yes, we agree that. But now, again, at the same time, we say that if you have the rights to do with Africans, maybe we can say that it's your duty because you are assigned to do this. But you and your bosses, you have nothing good at this time to come to offer to Africans. And that's why we are seeing Africans are not ready to associate with our foreign colonizers. And since they know that Africans are against everything that they are coming to offer to us, then they have to look to come with a different tactics. And that's why they're coming in a different ways, just to try to convince Africans that this is the best to do. This is the best way to go. The time of colonization was past. The time of slave trade was past. At this time, Africa, we have celebrated just a few days in the Madaraka Day. What's the meaning of Madaraka Day? That is the day that Kenya got independent in 1963. And getting that independent, it meant that then we as Africans, we have been given that mandatory to lead ourselves, to govern ourselves, to stand by ourselves. So, but they gave us freedom and independence, but they never let these issues to act or to be activated by the Africans. So we as Africans, on behalf of Africans, the Africans are speaking a lot at this time. The minds of Africans and youths are different. The generation that we are in today is not the generation that has passed, because they feared the white man. They feared white supremacists. Because of that time, they were doing some things that was not humanity to Africans. So what this guy is trying to say, to tell Africans, we cannot tolerate this. We are not going to allow this to happen. We don't need them. You are democratic than Africans. You are more democratic than China and Russia, but you are so more concerned why China and Russia is more occupying each and every day in Africa. You fear to lose territories. You fear to lose everything that you are getting from Africa. That is what you are bothered. But it's not that you are much concerned or bothered about African, on how the Africans' life are going on. No. You have nothing good to come to tell Africans. But at this time, I appreciate the African youths, because what they are doing, the love they are trying to show to our revolutionary leaders, it is something that has to be celebrated, because we have seen how the Ibrahim Traore is being celebrated across Africa, across the globe. The youths are coming each and every day on the streets to celebrate, to back up Ibrahim Traore, because this guy has shown us that we can do it if only we sacrifice and we decide that we want to do it. If you say that your duty is to deal with the affairs of Africans, then first of all, when you want to show the Africans that you are working towards their interests, then first of all start by dealing with the corrupt leaders of Africa. We have the Dr. William Ruto of Kenya. We have Yoweri Museveni of Uganda. We have the dictators of African leaders. We have leaders of Africa who are dictators. They are doing nothing to African leaders, to their countries. They are doing nothing. They have minerals, yes, they have everything in their countries, but their citizens are suffering in their hands. So first go deal with these leaders, then you will come and tell us that you have accomplished your mission. Then from there we will know what next. But when you have not yet dealt with these people who are going against the democracy which you comply to us, then you have nothing to come and tell Africans. We are mature enough to stand by ourselves. Africa is mature enough to stand by itself, to defend itself, to fight for itself. Because we hope for the best, and we believe that we are going to make it. We are going to make it. If you want to help, then first go to Libya, correct the mess that you have done there. Go to Congo, correct the mess that you did there. Correct the mess that you did there. Then from there you will come to Africa, to the rest of African countries, to speak up your views, to speak up your mind. Then maybe Africa will listen to you. But at this time, we have nothing to listen to you, because you have not yet proved to Africans, and you are here for us. I think I've spoken much concerning this video. So maybe if you feel like I'm right to whatever I am talking about, then you can bring out your views. You can tell me what you have in the comment section. Speak out your views so that we can speak one voice. You can discuss this, because through this we are trying to advocate many minds of African youths. We are trying to install revolutionary mind to African youths. We are trying to advocate more maybe who have never knew anything about the history of Africa. But through this, and we have many people who are doing such kind of this kind of videos, and they are trying just to do this because we need the large number of Africans to get the message, to go back to the history of Africa. And by doing this, they believe that Africa is not going to be the same. Africa is going to change because we are here to change everything. We are here to change everything from the system that has speak out their voice. Thank you for your time. Stay tuned until next episode as we'll come and speak and react again and do a critical analysis about, to other videos. Stay tuned until next episode. I thank you for your time.